Welcome to Bahamas Educational Express Science Lesson Video, Fossils. What are fossils? Fossils are the remains of living things from centuries ago. They are the last traces of living things once buried deep below. These traces may be footprints or just trails or feet. It is rare to find a fossil that is entirely complete. Scientists called paleontologists study fossils. Wood, bones, teeth, and shells are preserved or saved by being buried. Paleontologists. Fossil tells us many things. Sometimes it's a plant fossil that a scientist has found. Fossils teach us about many living things that are still around. Was this place underwater? What can we use to tell? One way is if we find a fossil that looks like seashell. Let's look at mold. What is it? A mole is an imprint made by the outside of dead plant or animal. A mole forms when water washes animal or plant remain out of rock. Sometimes sediments or materials fill a mold and form a cast. Here is an example of a mold. Let us find out ways fossils are formed. Whole plants or animals can be fossilized. When fossils are discovered, they are excavated, means taken up, and studied. So the first way we are going to look at is called sap. Some living things like insects were caught inside tree sap. The sap then later hardened and then ocean water filled the gap. The hardened sap then changed into amber and the insects were preserved inside the clear brown amber where they can be observed. Here, the amber insect is caught inside. It can be observed. Here are some other ways fossils are formed. Some living things are covered with sediments and tiny stones, and this preserves the outline of their body or their bones. Other types of fossils are found inside chunks of coal. Plant remains leave only imprints. Some are partial and some are whole. Petrified. What is it? Another kind of fossil was made after something died. It was buried in the landscape and over years was petrified. In this case, the word petrified means something turned to stone. The minerals filled in the parts that so long ago was bones. Example, petrified. Mummified. Another way fossils are formed. Occasionally, a fossil form that I don't like this reading. Some living things were frozen in place before the earth was warmed. Some animals fell into tar pits that hardened over the years. Their bones and teeth were hardened into fossil, it appears. Some fossils show changes long dead animals made in their surroundings. These are called trace fossils. Tracks, burrows, droppings, and wormholes are some examples of trace fossils. They tell how an animal might have moved, how big or small it might have eaten. Fossils are found on every continent, but what are they used for? Fossils are how we have learned about mighty dinosaurs. Perhaps some of these fossils are still a mystery, but they hold important lessons to help us learn about Earth's history. Here are the different types of fossils.